To an ACC championship in the 15 years since he left Durham. The Blue Devils have posted only one winning season. Then he went down to Florida, a school that really hadn't had any great success in football, and he guided them to the top of the Southeastern Conference. 6 conference titles, 1 national championship, and every year he was there, he won at least 9 games. So now Gamecock Nation is hoping that he can come here and also work his turnaround magic, so to speak, with the University of South Carolina. Lou Holtz was here for 6 seasons. When he first arrived here in December of 1998, Lou Holtz talked and preached about winning championships. He did lead the Gamecocks to 2 Outback Bowl victories, but the Gamecocks never reached championship level. They were never able to compete on the same level as Georgia, Tennessee, and Florida. There's a little buzz in the room now. I see Athletics Director Mike McGee, School President Andrew Sorensen, and I do believe we will get to meet Steve Spurrier in just a few minutes. Here he comes. You hear the applause in the room. Steve Spurrier has made his way into the zone. USC Sports Information Director Kerry Tharp approaches the podium.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Zone at Williams-Brice Stadium. We appreciate you being here for a very, very important announcement regarding the University of South Carolina and its football program. At this time, I'll call on our athletics director, Dr. Mike McGee.
Thank you. Welcome to all of you on behalf of all of us at the university. First, if I might introduce you to Jerry Spurrier. Jerry and Scotty Spurrier. Coach Holtz's retirement is one that we did not accept lightly. Replacing a great coach is never easy, especially someone who has meant so much to this university, indeed to the entire state of South Carolina. When Coach Holtz approached me about retiring, I felt it was important we hire someone to lead our football program with the same superior credentials. We wanted to build on the foundation Coach Holtz had laid. We found someone whose record speaks for itself. He's a proven winner. He's a man who will bring energy, intensity, and a sense of confidence to the Gamecock sidelines. Even more importantly, he will also lead this team off the field, helping them reach their academic goals and molding the character as they continue to develop as young men. Now, if I might, let me present to you the president of the university, Dr. Andrew Sorensen.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I reflected as we were preparing for this press conference on the fact that I served as president of the University of Alabama for 6 years, a nationally recognized football powerhouse, and I never had the experience of having 3 press conferences devoted exclusively to football within 24 hours, but that's our situation today. And I'm very pleased to report that we're ending on such a positive and upbeat note. In the summer of 1990, the University of Florida announced that Steve Spurrier was the new football coach and Andrew Sorensen was the new provost and vice president for academic affairs. After a hiatus of 8 years, I'm absolutely delighted that Coach Spurrier and I are on the same team again. During the 6 years that we were together at Florida, we went through many ups and downs together. Among them, the frustration of losing close games, offset by the exhilaration of rousing victories. Coach Spurrier's record of SEC championships, bowl victories, and a national championship offer unequivocal evidence that he did a terrific job on the field while he was at Florida. But it was, and still is, important to me that our football players do well academically. I am pleased to report that during the years that we were together at Florida, the academic profile of the football team improved, and I'm grateful to Coach Spurrier for his support of that endeavor. Steve arrives here with huge expectations and enormous excitement. I am delighted that our fans have opened their arms to welcome him. As Coach McGee indicated, we also welcome his wife Jerry and their son Scotty, who are with us today. Coach Spurrier, Coach Holtz, Coach McGee, and I all know full well the incalculable benefit we have derived from incomparably supportive spouses. Finally, I want to pay a very special tribute to Mike McGee and also thank Lou Holtz for their pivotal roles in our negotiations with Coach Spurrier. This was truly a team effort. Steve, we're very grateful that you've accepted our invitation to join the Carolina family. Because of the depth of talent across the SEC, your years here will be challenging, but we sincerely believe they will be wonderfully satisfying. We Gamecock faithful are proud to call you one of us, and we welcome you enthusiastically to our family. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sorensen. Winning an ACC title at Duke University in 1989, and I can assure you that's an impressive accomplishment. He then left to build arguably the most dominant SEC football program ever. In his 12-year reign at Florida, the Gators won a national title and 7 SEC crowns, finishing in the top 10 9 times and the top 5 6 times. His success is unprecedented. A 1966 Heisman Trophy winner. He also coached a Heisman Trophy winner. 5 SEC Players of the Year. 81 All-Americans and countless other national football and academic award winners. After a 2-year stay in the NFL, I know the Gamecocks are ready to welcome Jerry and Scotty and all the rest of his family to their new home, Williams-Brice Stadium. Ladies and gentlemen, my pleasure to introduce to you South Carolina head football coach Steve Spurrier.
Thank you. Thank you, Coach. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you, Coach McGee and Dr. Sorensen. I really appreciate their interest in me and the way Coach McGee went out and pursued me to be the coach here. I knew when he first called that he wanted me to be the head football coach at the University of South Carolina. And that was something that I wanted to do also. So we had a very smooth negotiating time in getting this deal done. And I also want to thank Dr. Sorensen the same way. He wanted me to be the coach here. And certainly that makes this a special place. I especially want to thank Coach Holtz. Lou Holtz has not only been a good friend of mine, but he's been the type of man that college football, we all need him. We need more of his kind. 33 years as a head coach, tremendous success, character, integrity, everything about him is just first class. Can't say enough good things. And for Coach Holtz to recommend, endorse me to follow him here was certainly something he didn't have to do, but he felt like it was the right thing to do, and I certainly appreciate that. I know we all feel badly about the events that happened last Saturday in the game. And I feel badly that it was Coach Holtz's last game. It happened that way. We can't change what happened. During the last couple of weeks, I've tried to stay away from you media people best I could. But unfortunately, I guess it may have distracted the team. And I do feel badly that maybe our team didn't play the best they could in the last game. But we got to move on from that. I really am excited about being here. As I was talking to my wife, Jerry, and again, Jerry's been right beside me now for all these coaching seasons and before I was a coach. 37 years. I was talking to her the other day, and I said, you know, I want to coach again. She said, yeah, I know that. I said, South Carolina, I think, is the very ideal spot for me to coach. I really do. And hopefully I'll be the ideal coach for South Carolina. We're in the South. We're in the SEC. We've got a major, excellent university. We've got a stadium that we fill up all the time. We got good football players here. Coach Holtz and his staff, I think, have recruited very well. I think we're very close to competing at the top level. All of this added together, I said, I think that's where I need to go if it happens. And fortunately, Coach McGee and Dr. Sorensen invited me to come coach here. So I'm really excited about this. I really am. I know our history is not the greatest in the world as far as winning conference, but you're not going to hear me talk about that a lot. I don't think we gain anything by talking about historically what all has happened. But we've got everything here. And to tell you the truth, I'd like to borrow a phrase from the Boston Red Sox. Why not us? Why not University of South Carolina Gamecocks? Why can't we get to the top of the SEC? And certainly that's going to be my vision, my dream. Our ultimate goal is that we can finish atop in the SEC, that we can someday win the game in the Georgia Dome. That's going to be hopefully my goal, as well as our coaches, our players, and hopefully all the fans at the University of South Carolina. I just want to pledge to everyone out there that loves Carolina football that you're going to get my best shot. I'm ready to coach, hopefully, a lot like I did in the college ranks. I have no excuses for the 2 years in the NFL that weren't very good. I take all the blame and all the responsibility that we did not have winning seasons. And hopefully, and I plan and I'm committed to coaching the way I did in college. That means I'll be calling the plays, coaching the quarterbacks, running the offense, and being heavily involved with the defense and the special teams. I'll try to be involved with every player on the team the best I can, but mainly as far as running the offense. So that's our plan. That's our plan right now. And again, I truly believe that winning the SEC is an achievable goal for the University of South Carolina. I really do. And we're going to try to do it every year, every time we have a team that's capable. I know that's easy to say. I know it's not going to be easy. I know we got some of the strongest teams in the nation in our division. Georgia, Tennessee, Florida, obviously very good teams that we need to start beating soon. But again, we're going to concentrate on trying to put out there the best team we possibly can between now and the season. We're going to try to go one game at a time. And I'm just really looking forward to everything about coaching this team. I'm looking forward to the journey, the recruiting, the spring practice, putting in the playbooks, everything involved, the off-season program. Really, I'm looking forward to getting to know all of our players here the best I can as we start this journey, as we start this parade, whatever you want to call it, the mission to try to be the best we can here. So I'm anxious. I think I've got my enthusiasm, my passion, my fire, all of that stuff I think I've got back in me, and I'm excited to be here and ready to go. So, again, to the Carolina fans, I feel fortunate. I'm thankful to be the coach here. And I'll pledge to you, you're going to get my best shot. Okay, any questions?
You got questions? I've got a mic holder here, a mic holder here. Raise your hand and you'll get a mic brought to you. If you identify your name and your affiliate, please. Ken?
Tim Berger with Charleston. Steve, did you look at any others really seriously, or was this your main goal?
Well, I didn't really look at any that much. You know, anytime you're unemployed coach, there's some boosters, maybe a call from another school. But now Coach McGee got to me, I think, at the right time, and our conversations and everything added up really to me perfectly for the type of place I wanted to coach. This is where I really believe is the best place for me to coach. So fortunately, timing in the coaching profession is everything, as we all know. If this had not opened up, I may not have coached this year. I don't know. But I was not looking just to go coach somewhere around the country. This was just, I think, an ideal spot. SEC, South Carolina, Eastern Division is just a wonderful opportunity for me and my family, and hopefully it will be for South Carolina also.
Glenn Snyder, Spurs and Feathers. Go ahead, Glenn. Coach, what sort of time?
Yes, we will try to put a staff together as soon as we can, although there may be one or two coaches that are currently in the NFL or one or two coaches that are coaching a bowl game. So it may take the month of December to do it. I do hope to retain several of the coaches here if they'd like to stay. And we'll do all that. Hopefully the full staff will be together before around January 1st or 2nd, something like that.
Pete Acapelli, Associated Press.
Hi, Coach. Did you ever seriously consider returning to Florida when Coach Zook was fired?
I think we really hashed that out pretty good in my statement that 12 years down there was 12 wonderful years, and felt like that probably wasn't in the best interest of me or the University of Florida to go back there. I was never offered to go back there, so I didn't have to make that decision. But I was talking to Coach Holtz this morning, and I said, Coach, after 11 years at Notre Dame, did you ever think you wanted to go back there? And he said, no, you just don't do those things. So historically, and you look at coaches in the past, returning to their old school sometimes just isn't best. And this is a new challenge. Maybe I'm a guy in life that wants something new to happen. Try to do some things maybe that haven't been done before. So this is an opportunity to really go somewhere. Yes, sir.
Rick Darney.
Coach, kind of along those lines, your thoughts now that you're back in the process of playing?
You know, that's only 1 week a year. That's only 1 week a year. As an assistant coach at Georgia Tech, we had a game with Florida one time, and I don't think anybody really gave a dang that I was at Georgia Tech back then in 1979. So that's only 1 week a year. I don't look forward to it particularly. I love my old school, always will. If we don't win the division here at South Carolina, I hope they do.
Bev, New York Times.
What did you learn about yourself in the NFL? Maybe you can coach now.
Good question. I think one thing I learned a lot more humility. Maybe I was a little arrogant. Maybe I ran my mouth more than I should. But I found out I've seen some other coaches that are winning pretty big right now and winning by big scores, and sometimes they talk too much too. You know, so human nature sometimes causes you to maybe feel like you have more answers than you really do when you've got a real good team. So hopefully I've learned some humility and a greater respect for all coaches. I think all coaches, college, pro, we all try to coach and teach our players the best we can, put them in position to win every week, and only one team can win. So I know I've got a greater respect for all football coaches everywhere.
Rick Henry, WIS-TV, Columbia.
Coach, you said that this situation is the right one for you. Is one aspect that's appealing to you is the fact that you're coming into a situation similar to like Duke in Florida, schools that hadn't had a lot of success, and you were able to raise them to a championship level?
Well, certainly that's part of the challenge. The opportunity here is to maybe achieve some goals that haven't been done before. That's part of the challenge. So that's part of being a wonderful state university in the South, in the SEC, in the Eastern Division. It all adds up to, hopefully it's going to be the ideal spot.
Gene Sapplekoff, Charleston Post-Courier.
Steve, what do you think of the talent base here, and particularly at quarterback?
Again, I think Coach Holtz and his staff have really built this program up to a very good level. Like he mentioned yesterday, that the next coach can take us to the top. Again, our South Carolina team was extremely competitive with Georgia this year, a team that was probably picked to win the Eastern Division. Tennessee was a game that got out of hand quickly there in the second quarter, but certainly we moved the ball very well. I think we're close. We're close. We certainly need a spark. Looking forward to coaching the quarterbacks that are here now. We're certainly going to try to recruit the best student athletes at all positions. So we're trying to always improve the talent level here also. But I think we're close. I agree with Coach Holtz that we've got a chance with the players we have here now to take it to another level. We have a chance to.
Steve over here.
Yep. Okay.
How you doing? A lot of Gator fans cannot believe that this day is happening and that this moment is happening. There's two schools of thought. There's a lot of Gator fans who feel that the university betrayed you by not coming after you and offering you the job right away. And then there's a lot of Gator fans who think that Steve Spurrier is a traitor today. Can you address those two thoughts?
Well, I will quickly, but we're not here to talk about all that today, to tell you the truth. We're here to talk about South Carolina. And I want to coach football. And you know, my wife and I and family members, we decided, hey, I want to go coach again. All right, where's the best place? Fortunately, this opened up at South Carolina at the time that I wanted to go coach in the SEC somewhere. So it all worked out very, very well here. Again, I love those fans, and I hope they understand how it all happened. And it's not that big a deal. That's how it happened. It's not best to go back there. We never got into deep discussions. South Carolina opened up at the right time, and I want to coach. And thankfully, Dr. Sorensen and Coach McGee want me to coach also. So that's why I'm here.
Rick Scoffey, Greenville News.
Hey, Coach. If Lou Holtz wasn't here, would you be here? I mean, how much was Lou Holtz an impact on your decision?
If Lou Holtz had wanted to continue coaching, I wouldn't be here. No, he obviously retired and felt like he had done it long enough. But no, I think everything about South Carolina has intrigued me somewhat in years past. A school that I think we've got everything here to be successful, but for whatever reason, hadn't quite hit the top level yet. So we're going to try our best to see if we can get there. But no, I don't think following, you know, it's an honor to follow Coach Holtz, but I don't think that had a, it just happened to be open at this time. I mean, timing is everything in coaching, as we all know. Coach McGee can tell you that. Timing, you're available, this job's open, and I've been one of the luckiest guys in the world when things open up. Duke University opened up when I didn't have a job in 1986 when USFL folded, and I was able to continue on. And then after we won the championship, the Florida job was open. So, you know, that timing is being at the right place at the right time.
Bob Shields.
That's how I met my wife, by the way. Right place, right time.
Bob Shields. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, hi, Coach. Several times at the game Saturday, we heard Clemson fans chanting, "We want Spurrier, we want Spurrier." Do you have a response for those Tigers?
You know what? I was talking to Chris, our associate AD, about that earlier, and I told him I wasn't really going to mention a whole bunch of teams we need to beat, and obviously they're one of them, along with Georgia and Tennessee and the rest down the road. I've just found sometimes teams that circle a team, or we're going to circle this team, you don't play very well when you circle a team up. You know, that talking about it and this, that, and the other doesn't mean a lot. It's how you prepare and obviously play that day. So our day will come to play Clemson, Tennessee, Georgia, and I'm not going to try to overemphasize any one team on our schedule. I mean, we know we'd rather beat them than those and so forth. But we're going to try to get ready to play our best each game. Every game this season, we're going to try to play our best no matter who the opponent is. So I think that's my answer.
Joe Person.
Parts, Coach. When was your first contact from USC, and what did Coach Holtz say is the toughest part about this job?
My first contact was with Coach McGee. I'll let him give you all the times on it, but he had talked with Coach Holtz, and Coach Holtz, I think, had informed him that this was going to be his last season. And so we went from there. Coach Holtz obviously knew when Coach McGee called me, so we were all three up to date on it. And I wish we could have kept it completely quiet through the end of the season, but it didn't turn out that way. But again, my conversations with Coach McGee were pretty quick, pretty simple. And he wanted me to coach here, and I wanted to coach here. So it wasn't a hard deal at all. Oh, he didn't really go into too much details about that. We talked about a few things, but I don't think they need to be public about what he thought we could do a little differently.
Kara Gormley.
Hey, sir. Can you describe your relationship with your wife and family? And we've all seen your intensity on the field. Do you have what we call a softer side?
Softer side? Yeah. Softer side. I don't know what's softer side. Last couple of years, they told me I wasn't mean enough, and they were right. They were right on that. But well, I've been married a long time, 37 years. We have 4 children and eight grandchildren. So I've been very blessed, family-wise, very blessed, very fortunate. So and she enjoys being a coach's wife. So she's looking forward to doing the things to try to get everybody together. Our coaches, we'll all be on the same team. We'll do a lot of things together with the staff and do a lot of things with the players as much as we can. So we're going to try to, and that's the fun part about coaching. The games are the ultimate, the climax of what coaching's all about, but the journey to get there is the fun part also. Yeah, I'm looking forward to all of that.
We're going to take 2 more questions, and then we'll break up individually.
Give that guy a shot, will you?
Right here. Pat Newley. Pat Newley. Yeah. Go ahead, Pat.
Thanks. Coach, does it feel strange at all to be referring to South Carolina as we and Florida as they?
I knew it was going to be a Florida question. What do you expect? It does a little bit, but again, life moves on, and this is my school now, and Florida used to be my school. I'm a graduate of Florida, so it'll always be my alma mater. But this is my team. This is my school now. This is who I work for. This is what we're all about right now. So that's what we're trying to get South Carolina to the top right now. Florida, they got plenty of people to help them get to the top, and all of our interests and enthusiasm, everything's right here now.
We'll take one more question, and this is what we're going to do after that. I'm going to have the print media come over to the other side over here. We're going to set up some chairs. You can speak some more time with Coach Spurrier, and we'll bring him back up here to the podium to answer a few more questions from the electronic media. So our last question in this forum, Rich Taylor.
Hey, Coach, do you mind commenting on, I know you met with the team this morning, kind of how that was received, and if you could share anything that you had to say to them, and just kind of how that went?
I basically expressed to the team what I just told all of you, that I believe we have good players, and we've got good coaches, we got fans, we got everything here to be successful. And I don't have the reason why we've not quite got to the top, but we're going to try our best to get there. And we're going to put a plan in place to see if we can get to the top of the conference, and ask you guys to play your role. And we all got to respect each other, have confidence in each other, and go from there. They were very attentive. They were all on time, and Coach Holtz had told me it was a well-disciplined team, and that what happened Saturday was really out of character for this group of players, and I believe him. I mean, every player was in their places, quiet, on time, and I really admired the way they behaved and the way they listened. And hopefully, we got a lot of seniors next year. Most really good teams have lots of seniors. I read where Auburn had 18 seniors decide to come back, try to make a run for the championship. So we'll see what happens.
Thank you very much for your attendance today. And again, we'll have the print media over here on this side. Electronic media, if you want to stand here, we'll get back up to the floor.
Enthusiastic Steve Spurrier makes his first appearance before the media here at the University of South Carolina, as he's hired as the new head football coach replacing Lou Holtz. He says he knows that South Carolina's history is not the best, but he stole a line from the Boston Red Sox, "Why not us?" Why can't South Carolina win the SEC championship? He says he's ready to coach like he did in the college ranks, coach the quarterbacks, coach the offense, call the plays. And he hopes to put a staff together as quickly as possible. He says some of the candidates he's looking at, they may be still involved with the NFL or coaching bowl games. And he says he hopes to retain some members of his present staff if they would like to stay. Now, we're going to get a word with the new head coach of the University of South Carolina in just a moment. He's making his way over here, talking to some of the members of the crowd. All right, Kerry, just bring him right over here. Coach? Coach Rick Henry, WIS-TV, welcome to South Carolina. Coach, it sounds like you're enthusiastic, ready to go, get back out there, calling those plays.
Well, it'll be a while before I call plays, but I'm excited. The whole part of coaching, the recruiting, the spring practice, speaking to the booster groups, I'm ready to sort of get back into the competition. So that started today.
Coach Holtz talked the whole time he was here about winning championships, and he says he has a good foundation in place. Now, share with us a little bit about your philosophy at Duke and Florida. You came in, two schools that really hadn't had a lot of success, and you took them to championships.
Well, it's easy to talk about them, as we all know, but first thing, you got to have good players. I think we have a lot of good players here. Coaches, fans, we got it all here at South Carolina. Whether or not we can win those crucial games, Georgia, Tennessee, Florida, that's the key right there. But we'll have a plan, and we'll see how it works out.
What did you tell the players when you met with them this morning?
Pretty much the same thing, that I believe we have a good team here. They can be a really good team, but, you know, a lot of ifs and buts along the way. But I want them to raise their expectations and just try to be the best player and the best citizen, best student they can be right now. That's really the only thing they need to worry about as they go through the year, is trying to do your best in all those areas.
All right, Steve Spurrier, the new head coach of the University of South Carolina. Right now, we're going to throw it out to Jennifer Miskowitz. Jennifer?
Hi, Rick. We've been at the Palmetto Pig restaurant on Divine Street in Columbia, right near the USC campus, watching the news conference with some of the USC fans here. We have one really big Gamecock fan with us, and he knows football really well. Gene Antley used to play football for USC back in, well, I won't say.
In the 70s.
You were a running back. What is your response to what Steve Spurrier had to say today?
Well, he basically summed up what I had feelings of. Coach Holtz has laid a foundation in the past years, and he's got a lot of talent down there. I don't think he would have came here if he didn't have that foundation to work with. I think, and I expect him to win immediately. I think you'll find a quarterback, a pure quarterback. We got some good talented quarterback, but not a pure quarterback. And I think that will rectify the situation for his offense is concerned.
There are a lot of high expectations for them. What do you think he's going to be able to deliver?
I expect him to win next year, have a winning season. I can't make any predictions. I was so wrong this year when I made the predictions. I felt like we'd win 7 or more games, and unfortunately we didn't.
Thank you so much. Reporting live at the Palmetto Pig, Jennifer Miskowitz, WIS News 10. Back to you, Rick.
I'm joined now by Mark Quinn. And Mark, one thing that I was really impressed with, you know, it looks like the NFL, those 2 losing seasons in the NFL, beat him down a little bit. But today, Steve Spurrier really seems re-energized and like he can't wait to go and start putting together the South Carolina football team.
Hey, let's face it, man. His best years of his life were in the SEC, winning titles at the University of Florida. Now, for whatever reason, he's not going back there. He feels like his best days over there in Gainesville are behind him. Just looks like he's re-energized, like he wants to do something new. And let's face it, this is a challenge. Never won an SEC title at South Carolina. No coach has ever done it. You get the feeling just by looking at him that he feels like he can do it here. Still doesn't have all the answers as to why South Carolina never got over the top. And let's face it, you and I sat here 6 years ago saying, if Lou Holtz can't win a championship here, nobody can. Well, scratch that. Steve Spurrier, he can't win here, nobody can. Looks like he's ready to go, huh?
That's right, and we'll have much more from Coach Spurrier and also the USC players at 6, 7, and 11. Let's go back to David.
Good, Rick. Thanks very much. And to